Hello and welcome to Big Walk Games Unboxing Video, the new Magic the Gathering Commander 2016 deck, Entropic Uprising. My name is Simon, I'll be doing the unboxing today. So I'm just going to open this up, and what we're going to do is show you what you get inside. So this isn't an in-depth analysis of the deck or anything like that, this is just to show you what cool cards and stuff you get inside here. So this is part of the one of the new Commander 2016 decks, and each of these has a 4-color commander, which is something that Magic is kind of lacking, was these 4-color combos. So it's really cool to finally see them. So here's the giant card for this deck, which is Yidris Maelstrom Wielder. So the deck is blue, black, red, and green, and you get this commander who's a legendary creature, Ogre Wizard. He's a 5/4 with trample, because you know ogres have trample. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, as you cast spells from your hand for the rest of the turn, they gain Cascade, and you can sit and read through there if you're not sure what Cascade does, but it's an old mechanic, it's a cool mechanic, and it causes chaos. And as you might guess from the name Entropic Uprising, this deck is focused all around chaos, basically. So, open this up. So, boxes are very similar to what you got with last year's one. Good for storing the deck in, though. Once you've sleeved it, you won't have enough room, unfortunately. But good for storing, say, even just spares for your commander deck, if you will. Inside, you get this fold-out leaflet. So it just explains a little bit about Commander, explains a bit about the Commander himself, Yidris, and then also a little story on the 3 alternative Commanders, and I'll show you those as we get to them. Little dual colour Commanders who are really cool. Then you've got a guide on how to play the deck. Also, you have here a complete deck list for all the cards you get in there, and this is useful if you start editing or taking cards in and out of the deck, etc. It means you can always rebuild the deck. As long as you have this list, you can rebuild it perfectly to get it back to where it started. So, very useful to keep a hold of if you're into tinkering, but you want the option to be able to reset it back. So, let's take the deck out of there. You got like a little plastic innard inside there, which it's okay. And you get a little, which won't come out, you get a little quick rules reference in case you're new to Magic, although Commander's a bit of a deep end if you are brand new to Magic. So I'll just put that over to one side. So let's unsheath these cards from their plastic prison and have a look and see what we've got. So I'll just hold this in 2 halves because it just makes it a bit easier. So there's Yidris himself in his normal card form. And what I'll do is just highlight, I'm not going to go through every single card because there's 100 cards here and quite a lot of those are lands, but what I'm going to do is go through this and just highlight some of the more unique cards and just show you some cool stuff. Like for example, Kaidal, Chosen of Krufix. So this is a 4-mana legendary creature human wizard, green and blue. It's a 2/3. Tap, add wastes to your mana pool for each card you've drawn this turn, which if you're playing in blue, you should be drawing lots of cards. Also has the new mechanic Partner. And this is really interesting. So partner means you can have 2 commanders as long as they both have the partner mechanic. So you get access to multiple combinations of colours because I believe all the partners are dual colours. So you get access to the 4 colours, and it just means you have 2 commanders, you have 2 different choices. It's a really cool idea, so I really like this one. We have Thrasios, Triton Hero, who's blue and green. Legendary creature Merfolk Wizard, a 1/3, and his ability is pay 4, scry 1, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, otherwise draw a card. So you've got the green of ramp and the draw of blue, and he has partner. And also 2 mana, who's very cheap to play. And for 3 mana, we have Vile Smasher the Fierce, who's black and red. He's a Goblin Berserker, 2/3 for power and toughness. And whenever you cast your first spell each turn, he deals damage equal to that spell's converted mana cost to an opponent chosen at random. And who doesn't love random? In a deck of chaos, you need random. And he has partner as well. So at the top here we have all the tokens, everything you should need for the deck. They are also double-sided. So you can see lots of zombies and goblins. So let's pop those to one side. So onto the deck itself, and like I said, I'm not going to go through every single card. We'll be here all day. Sorry, cough. But what I will do is stop and show you some of the more unique ones, like Frenzied Fugu. Sorry, I'm terrible at pronouncing card names. So it's a 4-mana enchantment aura in red. Enchant the permanent. When it enters the battlefield or at the beginning of your upkeep, Gain control of enchanted permanent until end of turn, untap it, and it gains haste until end of turn. So it's slightly expensive, but quite cool. Stealing enchantment, basically. So really cool. Nice little thing. Who doesn't like stealing cards off of people? So Ancient Excavation is new to Commander 2016. So it's 4 mana, blue and black, instant. You draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand, then discard a card for each card drawn this way. So this allows you to effectively sort of cycle through your hand. You get to draw before discarding down, so you can choose what to lose. And then basic land cycling, which has made a return in all of these decks. Because they are 4 colour, getting the right coloured mana can be a problem. So for 2 mana, you can discard the card, and then search your library for a basic land card, put it into your hand, reveal it and put it into your hand. So it just allows you to get access to those colours that you need. It's very useful basic land cycling. We have Parting Thoughts. So, sorry, bit of a cold at the moment. Parting Thoughts is 3 mana sorcery, destroy target creature, draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of counters on that creature, which counters tend to be quite common in Commander, and especially if you're playing this against the other Commander 2016 decks, one of them focuses on counters, so you get a lot of mileage with that one. Far Wanderings is 3 mana sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, and then put that card on the battlefield tapped and shuffle your library. But it has threshold, so if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, instead search your library for 3 basic lands, put them on the battlefield tapped, shuffle your library. Basically, ramp. Who doesn't like ramp? Grave Appeal is 6 mana, black and red sorcery. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and it gains haste. Oh, beautiful. Reanimate that big creature you just killed with Parting Thoughts. And basic land cycling. Treacherous Train is 8 mana. It's a sorcery in red and blue, red and green. And it deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of lands that player controls. So, I mean, it's 8 mana, which is a big cost to pay, even in Commander. But the amount of damage you can do to people, especially late game, and it has basic land cycling as well. Couple of islands. Goblin Spymaster is new, 3 mana Goblin Rogue. He's a 2/1 with first strike. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, that player creates a 1/1 red Goblin creature token with creatures you control attack each combat if able. So yeah, that's quite a cool, weird little one. The interactions are going to be pretty fun with that. Like I said, this deck's got a lot of chaos effects. Boom Pile, 4 mana artifact. You tap and flip a coin. If you win the flip, destroy all non-land permanents. It looks so much fun. I believe Curtain's Call, I believe this is a new one. So 6 mana, instant, Undaunted. So Undaunted is a new mechanic. The spell costs 1 less colourless for each opponent. So really good early game in big multiplayer games. So, you know, potentially -5 if you've got 5 opponents, but more likely 4 or 3. And then destroy 2 target creatures. So really good early on. Not as good late game once you start knocking people out. Cruel Entertainment, 7 mana sorcery, single black. Choose target player and another target player. The first player controls the second player during the second player's next turn, and the second player controls the first player during the first player's next turn. It is quite fun. You're basically puppeting 2 players against each other. It seems fun, it seems silly. So, and who doesn't like silliness when playing Commander? So yeah, so we have a flick through. We've had Nath, another legendary creature there. Dragon Mage, Burgeoning, some good stuff. Waste Not, once a very beloved card. Chaos Warp is just great reprint. 3 mana, the owner of target opponent shuffles it into their library, reveals the top card of their library. If it's an opponent card, they enter the battlefield. It's great. So yeah, let's keep going through. So we've got a few miracles in there. In Garrett's Wake, and then we're on to some of the non-basic lands. So you get enough non-basic lands here to what's called fix your mana, so alter your mana so in a way that you can get the colours you need. So for example, pay 1 colourless to turn it into a black and a red. So you can tap, for example, that island and make it a black and a red. It's quite a useful thing to have on there. You get plenty of basics in there that you need. And then all the different like dual colour combinations that you should be after, including things like Terramorphic Expanse, which are really useful in these decks because you need them to grab the basic lands that you'll be after. So there we go, that is everything in Entropic Uprising. There's some really cool fun cards in there that just cause a lot of chaos on the battlefield, and who doesn't like doing that? Just messing with everyone just for the fun of it, lots of coin flipping and stuff like that. I think the commanders are probably some of the funnest ones I've seen in a while, and I really like the idea of having a 2 and a 3 mana commander because they'll be so easy to play. Usually most commanders are 6, 7 mana, you've really got to work up towards them, so they're really cool. So yeah, so that's everything in Entropic Uprising. So remember, all the cards you've seen here today can be bought and sold as individual cards on our website, bigorbitcards.co.uk. Remember to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Just check out my other videos. I'll be doing the rest of Commander 2016. So take care. Bye.